take a look at our shopping haul from Armageddon, Wellington 2022. Villa Varykino, living the Star Wars life. Hello there, and welcome to the Villa Varykino YouTube channel. So today I'm going to be taking a look at a few of the bits and pieces that we picked up from Wellington Armageddon Expo in December 2022. So one of the first places that we stopped off that was absolutely fantastic for Star Wars fans was Cameron Percy Antiques. They had a huge wall of just sort of vintage and assorted Star Wars collectibles. So of course we had a look through and picked up a few pieces each. So these are older figures, not particularly rare these days, but I like, in the modern era, going through and sort of backfilling a few sort of card back styles that I didn't necessarily keep back in the day. So this is Princess Leia Organa in her Ewok Celebration outfit in the freeze frame era packaging. I have this figure, I have the slide, but not carded. I don't actually have any of these freeze frame ones carded because I opened them all back in the day, I know. So it was a great price, so I thought I'd pick it up, and you can just see the freeze frame slide there of Cary on from Return of the Jedi there in her Ewok village outfit, and it was in pretty good nick. You know, these are pretty old figures by now, so that was a fun little addition. Slowly working my way through Princess Leia and trying to get sort of different carded examples of the action figures to go alongside all my loose ones, you know, just to sort of flesh out my Leia collection. The other piece that I picked up was the more recent, because it's from the Lucasfilm 50th collection, was the Clone Wars Micro Series Barra action figure. Now this one is loose. It came like this, packaged with the card. It's been very carefully removed. You can see somebody's used like a scalpel or X-Acto knife or something to sort of cut through the plastic. They haven't ripped it off, which is my preferred way of opening figures, so I appreciate that they had done that. So it was a loose figure with its original card for only 15 New Zealand dollars. I thought that was an absolute steal because these figures never hit store shelves here in New Zealand. I have been meaning to track them down online, but just sort of hadn't gotten around to it. You know, there's quite a lot of stuff coming out at the moment, and I have costumed as Barra, so she has a sort of a sweet spot in my collecting focus, you know, from the sort of prequel era female character Jedi, and I absolutely love the Clone Wars Micro series, and there just isn't that much merchandise from them, so I was super excited to spot this. As soon as I saw her, I was like, yep, grabbed her, wouldn't let her go, and I'm so happy to add her to my collection. And it was kind of nice finding her loose because it took away that temptation of, oh, do I keep it carded or do I open it up to add it to my loose figure collection? Because this one is already loose, I don't need to, you know, go through that conundrum. So I can add her to my collection and keep the backing card safe with my collection of backing cards. And then in the future, if I want to, I can track down an example to keep carded. But for now, I'm very happy to add her to my collection. And for Matt, he was scoping out all the vintage stuff and noticed this. And it's not just the backing card. It came with a fully intact die-cast Darth Vader TIE Fighter. So this is something that he's wanted to add to his collection for quite a while. The die-cast vehicles are quite nostalgic for him, and they're hard to find in good, you know, condition that aren't chipped. And, you know, better yet, it came with its backing card, which is the Palatoy backing card. So we can see it says die-cast metal, Darth Vader's TIE Fighter, the original sort of British stamp there, and on the back we can see, you know, the vintage era advertising for the action figures, the vehicles and the blasters, and then of course there the Palatoy mark there as well. So it's not a New Zealand specific, you know, backing card, but it is a original vintage one, which is very, very cool. It's been ripped off, but that's kind of par for the course for the vintage era, and it's just very, very cool that this was intact, complete, you know, has all the bits and pieces that you need to display it, and it's in such good condition. There is, like, you know, there's no beating up, the paint is all there. It was such a fantastic find, and we actually noticed there were a couple of other collectors pointing out to us that if we didn't buy it, then they would like to like to grab it, because it was one of those sort of finds that was probably not priced as high as it could have been. But that's what we really appreciate about this collectible store, is they don't price gouge. You know, we had some fantastic finds. You know, the figures were all priced very reasonable, vintage stuff included. We saw one particular happy buyer walking away from the store just as we were getting there with absolute armfuls of bags of vintage Star Wars products. So they must have gotten there just right on door opening and grabbed themselves just buckets of bargains. So we're very happy with our little Star Wars haul from Cameron Percy Antiques. We hope to peruse their stand at upcoming Armageddons, because these were such great finds. So just going to pop these down as we move on to the next collectibles. So I spotted this cute little pin at Kyber Forge. They have a lot of lightsabers for sale and a few sort of assorted Star Wars bits and pieces, and I thought this was just the cutest little pin, and they put it in this nice packaging. I'm always worried about buying pins that I'm going to lose them or drop them before the end of the convention, so this was nice and easy. I could slip it in my bag and not worry about getting lost in transit. But isn't that cute? I thought that was fun. So next up, we stopped by the NZ Droid Builders stand. We know quite a few people in the New Zealand Droid Builders, so a friend gave us this patch. So it's got Velcro on the back. We're definitely gonna, attach this to a jacket, because we have built several droids. We've got a full-size R2-D2 in our collection alongside a few others. We're working on a couple, so very happy to sort of, rip the New Zealand branch of the Droid Builders in New Zealand. It's got a cute little Kiwi there. Yeah, that was a fun little swag to add to our collection of, club memorabilia from the different Star Wars fan clubs. So, of course, one of our big prized collection pieces from this one was our autograph from meeting Cary Elwes from The Princess Bride. He was sort of the main guest for Wellington. We were super excited. We went to his panel and he was absolutely lovely to meet. We were so excited. Long-time fan of his work, and of course, Princess Bride especially. He was an absolute joy to meet. He was so lovely. He told awesome stories at his panel. So of course we were very excited to be able to meet him in person, get to talk to him a bit and get his autograph. So that was one of our main things that we knew that we really wanted to get going down to Wellington, and was so happy to add this autograph to our collection. So the next ones were a little bit of a surprise. My daughter knew that I love Ahsoka, and she spotted this art print in the artist alley sort of section, and she bought it for me. So unfortunately, I don't know the name of the artist that did this print. If you recognize this artist, let me know in the comments below so I can give her credit, because it is absolutely beautiful. And not only did my daughter get me this size, but she got me the bigger size version of the print as well, so I didn't have to choose, so I can frame them and put them in different places in my bedroom or wherever I want to, because it is just an absolutely gorgeous artwork of Ahsoka in her sort of Rebels era attire. Just absolutely gorgeous. Definitely gonna put these on the wall somewhere because they are beautiful. Definitely keen to add lots of Star Wars art to my collection. I love seeing Star Wars art in the artist alley. So last but not least, we spent a bit of time playing a session of Dungeons and Dragons in the RPG alley, which was sponsored in part by Bead D&D. They gave us these cool folders, with lots of info about, tabletop role-playing in New Zealand. And so we really enjoyed spending a couple of hours going through a fun sort of homebrew campaign with fellow fans at Armageddon. We've always seen sort of the tabletop role-playing sections at Armageddon, but we've never had quite the time to sit down and play a game. So we really wanted to make sure that we checked that out this time. So we had so much fun. It was sponsored, as you can see there, by Bead D&D, Chaosium Inc., Wayward Masquerade. So we had so much fun going through a campaign, and the sponsors were absolutely fabulous. Not only did they give us these huge big folders with lots of information and stuff like that, but at the end of the convention, they gave everyone that turned up to the prize giving some prizes. So we each of us got a bag of mystery dice, because of course you can't play Dungeons and Dragons without a full set of dice. So I thought that was pretty fantastic. As you can see, they were selling them for $10, but they gave them out to everyone that sort of played and turned up to the prize giving. So I got this set, which is a clear set with a little gold Eiffel Tower figure in each dice, which is just fantastic. And Matt got this lovely blue and white set. I think those are really quite cool. So yeah, of course they were mystery. You didn't know what you were going to get, but I think that is just fantastic, because if you want to go off and play more Dungeons and Dragons, everyone that came along as a new player got some dice. And as an added bonus, Chaosium also gave everyone these fabulous t-shirts. They had them in a range of sizes. It has their logo on a blue t-shirt, so we grabbed one each in our size. So if you can see that, that was really quite fun. We went in just sort of wanting to have a bit of fun for a couple of hours, check out the RPG alley, because we'd never had the time to. And we walked away with, a folder full of info, a free t-shirt, and a free set of dice each. That was just absolutely fantastic. So we had so much fun at Wellington Armageddon. Definitely keen. Hopefully we'll see Cameron Percy Antiques add more Armageddons, because that was a really popular booth for Star Wars fans. But yeah, so not the biggest haul, but it represents a lot of fun. We had so much fun finding these little sort of bits and pieces of Star Wars pieces, and these really represent the fun that we had playing a tabletop roleplay game together at Armageddon, and just sort of really enjoying the geek culture at Armageddon. So hope you enjoyed my little Armageddon mini haul. Definitely keen to look at more bits and pieces at future Armageddons. Wellington was a lot of fun. So hope you enjoyed this haul. Stay tuned for more Armageddon content, more unboxings. Subscribe if you're a Star Wars fan and love seeing this type of content. We try to cover as much of the Armageddon conventions in New Zealand as we can. Thank you so much for watching, and may the Force be with you. If you enjoyed this video, go ahead and give it a like. Check out our other videos and subscribe for alerts about new uploads. Thanks for watching, and may the Force be with you.